Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to show you how to rehand an AD-series lock. Every AD-series lock can be rehanded in the field. The first step is to separate the exterior escutcheon from the baseplate in all three chassis. There are 6 screws that secure the escutcheon to the baseplate. On the mortise chassis, the screws are located here. On a cylindrical chassis, the screws are located here. And on a 993 chassis, the screws are located here. First, remove the screws on all 3 chassis. Once removed, separate the escutcheon from the baseplate. There is a gasket and some adhesion, so don't be afraid to use a little force to get the escutcheon separated from the baseplate. Once removed, the next step is to remove the spring cage and flip it 180 degrees for the cylindrical and mortise chassis only. To rehand properly, make sure the arrow under the word latch is actually pointing towards the latch. Just remove the 2 screws, take the spring cage off, flip it 180 degrees, and put it back on. If you are working with a 993 chassis, you will also need to reposition the lever stop. As you see here, you will need to point the arrow towards the latch, but there is a lever stop as seen by the screw securing it in the opposite top corner of the spring cage. And you can see the lever stop inside the spring cage here. So after you flip the spring cage 180 degrees, you will also need to move and reposition the lever stop to the proper location. To do this, take off the screw securing the lever stop. Put the lever stop in the proper location at the opposite upper corner and re-secure the lever stop. Now the lever stop is in the correct spot, in the opposite upper corner from the handing arrow. The final step for the exterior half is to reattach the spring cage and escutcheon. Now if you are satisfied with the handing and the lever stop is in the proper location in the opposite upper corner of the spring cage from the arrow, reattach the spring cage. Then put the escutcheon back on. And re-secure the escutcheon with the 6 screws. Once the screws are back in place, the exterior half is done, and we now need to rehand the interior side for the cylindrical and mortise chassis only. The first step is to separate the escutcheon from the base plate. There are 6 screws that secure the escutcheon from the base plate located here. Next is to take those 6 screws off. The next step is to separate the escutcheon from the base plate. Again, there is a gasket with some adhesion, so don't be afraid to use a little force to get them separated from each other. Then you will need to remove the spring cage and flip it. For proper handing, make sure the arrow under the word latch is actually pointing towards the latch. Then remove the screw securing the spring cage. Then remove the spring cage and flip it 180 degrees and put it back on. Reattach the screws. The last step is to put the escutcheon back on and reattach it with the 6 screws. The handing is now complete, and the lock is ready for installation. If you have any further questions, you can contact us at these contact points here. Thanks, and have a fantastic rest of your day.